Hello, fellow pipers. Janis here on this Sunday evening, smoking this Stanwell 77 16 Iverson design, and in it some Amphora Kentucky. Still sipping on some late afternoon coffee. And I would like to start the process of blending and pressing or making of the Cigar Cake 2025, which starts with the preparation of tobacco. So putting it together and seeing what is the moisture of the tobacco, adding some cups with distilled water into these trays so the tobacco will slowly hydrate. And when it gets to the, let's say, normal proper moisture, doesn't need to be too moist, but if it is too dry, it doesn't stick together well, because I'm also pressing it later on. So it will have at least a week, maybe two, of hydration, let's say. Okay. Now, Cigar Cake 2025. I did a number of them every year. I do at least 2 cakes, and the recipe varies every year a little bit. At least 25% of the blend is somehow changing, or up to 25%. But this year, let me check. Pure Cuba. Okay. Pure Cuba. Pure Virginia. Pure Cuba. And, okay. Sorry for this. I have prepared the tins, but they were not set in the right order. So I will start with, so mostly what I use is, or all the 2 brands of blending tobaccos that I use are Torben Dansk. I'm not going to dig into the box now. So Torben Dansk, special blending tobacco, and then you choose either Virginia, Mysore, different cuts, Kentucky, Latakia, Perique, and so on. So if you will find the link to my mixing and pressing playlist, and if you are interested in videos like this, take some time, check, maybe you'll get an idea for yourself. So a good base with pure Virginia, Robert McConnell. This is the second brand of blending tobacco. So Torben Dansk, made by Den Tobacco Manufacturing in Germany, and Robert McConnell, pure line of pure tobaccos, in this case pure Virginia, made by Coop Tobaccos, or this. Oh, this is a new one. I think this is the one that I bought this year. Sorry, last year in December, where it says already only Coop Tobacco. So not Kochles and Coop anymore, just Coop. So 25% pure Virginia. 1/2 of it will consist of pure Cuba from Robert McConnell. And the last quarter will be pure Caribe. Also cigar leaf, but in my opinion, a different one. Not from Cuba, but from Caribbean area. So let us see what the tobacco is like, and let us start with pure Virginia. This is really a straightforward process, opening tobacco. If you get If you get a really dry tobacco, just put it in the tray and start to hydrate, and do not mix too much, otherwise it will turn into smaller particles and dust and so on. Well, nice moisture. You evenly distribute the tobacco around the tray. Sorry, I cannot. This is not a professional studio yet. Pure Cuba, cigar leaf. You can see it's a different color. I hope this comes through. I'm going to smell both of these tins of Pure Cuba, because when I'm going to open Pure Caribe, I would like to see if there is maybe a difference in smell. I hope this is not just, I'm pretty sure it's not, but just a different name. And this Cuba leaf is on the dry side. Okay. Let me see the Pure Caribe. This is not available in Europe. Boo. Yeah, it is a different smell. So I'm not doing like 3/3 of Cuba and 3/4 of Cuba and 1/4 of Virginia. So this will be 3/4 of the tobacco will be cigar leaf. I knew it was something there. A piece of tobacco. It's always good to work with clean trays, clean whatever you are using for mixing tobacco, to clean your wash your hands or sanitize your hands, especially if you are going to make a blend and then give it to somebody. You don't know how long the blend will be waiting to be smoked. So all with the aim to lower the possibility of mold spreading or so I prepared space for 3 cups of distilled water. Not too much. I can always add water, and it's easier to manipulate and I'm closing it with on the top, sorry. It's like this. I have to be careful. And let's go to the second tray, pure Virginia. So what is happening here is that I'm mixing 2 times 200 grams of tobacco. Two times 200 grams of tobacco, and when I cut, at the end I get 2 cakes of each cigar blend that I do, meaning cigar cake, in this case 20-25, and then when I decide on which cigars I will be using for the other blend, I also make 400 gram cake from 2 400 gram cakes of the second, and this gives me 8 pieces of each, and at least 6 if not 7 are then distributed around the world to the pipers who also smoke cigars, because it's a cigar blend, and if they smoke cigars often, a part of pipes, they're good reference to what we do. It's nothing wrong if we blend tobacco and take a small quantity with you and to the gathering of pipers, or to your friend's house, to the friend who also smokes pipe, and then you give it to him to try, if he or she is, of course, used to smoking that blend type. If they don't smoke, I don't know, aromatics, and you're bringing aromatics, it's usually not good. So it's one of these tins I need to preserve, pure Caribe, because it's the first time I am blending with this leaf. I have all except one tin or pouch of tobacco that I ever bought. I mean, empty one of each blend. And I also have all this. Yeah, it's different. It's a very, very nice smell. And it's the same leaf, it's not a mixture or something like that. Also more on the dry side. So if you're not preparing in advance for your blending, like buying the tobacco, preparing it to the correct moisture, I mean, if you're doing something else like casing and toppings and stuff like that, you can even do that. Prepare in advance. There is a channel of a guy, sorry, I don't remember his YouTube nickname, who has all these tobaccos prepared in advance, or he buys them and puts them into the jars and just takes a bit of this, a bit of that, according to the recipe, and that's it. And it's enough for now. You put in the cups, and everything, all these trays will go somewhere into a big humidor that I have just next to me, a big Macanudo humidor that I actually use as a storage for all those empty tins, pouches, cigar this, and so on. Just like that. Okay, so this is it. This is the first stage, a part of buying the tobacco, and of course deciding first what to do. So you'd first decide what you want to do, what kind of a blend. You buy the tobacco, you source the tobacco. If you are lucky and you get whole leaf tobacco, even better. Of course, you need to have something to cut it, because otherwise you can do plugs only, later on flakes. And this will be it. And then you start with this. You open the tins, you prepare the mixture or the blend, you hydrate it. If you're not preparing bigger quantities for other blending also, of course you first mix and then hydrate. And you let it hydrate for some time until you're satisfied with the level of moisture, and then you can either just mix it really well and jar it up, or you can press it together into cakes like I'm doing. So I hope you found this interesting. It's something that I do every year. I also have plants and tobacco ready for some Virginia, Kentucky, Virginia, Latakia blends. Last year I was making Virginia Perique blends 2 times and so on. So you will find the link to the mixing pressing playlist down in the bucket. And maybe comment if you are also doing some blending, some mixing, pressing even, to see what is the interest about this topic among you. So again, wish you all to have a great week ahead and a lot of pleasant smokes.